What's up, everybody? It's Conger Live here, and you're looking at my box. First off, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button for more TMNT Mutant Madness content. And if you like what you hear, go ahead and ninja kick that like button, and we're going to get right into it. So I've had a lot of requests of people asking me for new players, because a lot of newer players are joining this game, so we're super excited to have you guys. I've been playing since, I think, week 2 after it was on global launch. So sometimes it's hard to remember what things were like when you only had access to 2-star characters. Luckily, there's a guy out there in the Discord, in the community, Mr. 5 Accounts, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dameelo. Did I say that right? Dameelo, I hope you're watching this. Thank you so much for everything you do, brother. You have been pushing the envelope of what is capable with some of these lower star characters. Dameelo has made it to 1930 using only 2-star characters. That's pretty darn far in the campaign. So I want to go over these 5 characters that he's been using, help you guys understand why this is the best team to be using for early game players. And of course, if you guys start getting 3 stars and they seem to work a little bit better than one of these 5 characters, by all means, use it, have fun with the game. But I'm going to go over these 5 characters as to why. Now, if you've seen the tier list videos and the top 10 videos, some of these characters I recommend are not going to surprise you. All of these characters are available as 2-star. With the 2-star characters, when you open those 2-star drives, there's only 12 characters available. Donatello, Shredder, Splinter, Casey, Leatherhead, Michelangelo, Leonardo, April, Baxter, Raphael, Irma, Bebop, and Rocksteady. If I'm not mistaken, those are the only 2-star characters that you have access to. The rest of the characters start getting access at 3-star, and others are locked behind 4-star drives. So Donatello is my number 1. He's not actually quite my strongest, but for some reason he's at the top. So Donatello is one of those characters that, as an early game character, when you unlock him, you're going to want to use him. Okay? His special Omni Gadget does AoE damage to the enemy, and any of your allies that are in that zone are going to gain defense. He's going to give defense and barrier. Barrier protects against energy damage. So this is why, one of the main reasons why Donatello is so great. He does some damage and inflicts negative 40 armor. I'm not sure if this negative 40 armor and strength comes into play in 2 stars. That's one of the things that I'm sorry is drawn back by me having him at 4-star, because some of these abilities, you can only take him to 150. You may not have access to all this stuff. But he's going to do some damage. I believe he'll still take some armor or strength away. I'm not sure if he'll gain the defense or not. So you guys will have to take a look at your 2-star Donatello to know. His thorough analysis, whenever an enemy within range 2 uses a skill, he's going to give armor and barrier and resistance to stun. Okay, so once again, giving that armor and barrier. It says he also gives alertness here, and alertness increases the amount of defense you get. So that's going to be very, very helpful. He is a trickster support, and the support that he gives is one of the reasons why you're going to want to use Donatello. He also inflicts -1 armor and -1 barrier to if the attacker is above 30 armor or 30 barrier. So he's going to make sure that your target, the enemies, have a lower armor and barrier, making it easier for the rest of your allies to do damage. And the last one, tune-up. Target the closest other ally, give them defense and barrier and focus for 10 seconds. So you're going to get that one right there that I have lit up at 150. That's when you unlock that. The next level is at 250, which you got to be 4 stars and a lot of ooze to get there. So don't worry about that. But giving out that defense, that's going to be really, really important. Okay. So Donatello is one of the 5 characters for those early game players. I love Shredder. I'm using him now. You could use him, but Splinter, because of his support, he gives another ally strength, haste, alertness, extra strength, haste, alertness for 30 seconds. Right, his ninja teachings. It's a long time to give for his special. Just give somebody some bonuses. So that's really awesome. And then he's going to gain defense himself. with his karate chop and do some damage. At the start of combat, he's also going to give a bunch of defense and a bunch of other bonuses. That ninja master skill, very important that you unlock that ability for Splinter, because that can really, 30 seconds is most of the fight early on in the game. So that bonus is going to be for most of the battle if it doesn't take that long. Maybe boss fights it'll wear off. Right? And then we also have giving defense to other allies after being attacked, keeping your team alive. And the last one at 150, target an ally at range 2, give defense. So once again, and resistance to stun and silence. So he's going to help keep your team alive, Splinter. He does get up close and melee, but that's why you're going to want another toon on the team to help him out, and that's going to be Leonardo. Leonardo is going to do some decent damage with his special there, and it says he gives defense to targets under 50 health. So as you guys your team starts losing health, then he'll start giving out some of that defense, that support role. Very, very important. The Whirlwind Strike, he's going to gain armor for 2 seconds, making it where he takes almost no physical damage. He's going to resist, root, and stun, and slow, and he's going to do some damage with his Whirlwind Strike, spinning a little AoE there. It's really nice. Got your back. He's going to give out armor and alertness. That alertness is going to increase the amount of defense your characters get. And the strike together, this one's really important. He's going to give 15 strength to all allies that are not disarmed and have another ally within range 1. So as long as another ally is in one of those hexagons next to another ally, so 2 guys working together, you're going to get extra strength, which is going to result in extra damage output. And leadership, he's going to give all allies defense and strength for 10 seconds. This is going to happen automatically every once in a while, these auto skills. So that's why Leonardo is such a great toon, especially early on. I used Leo a lot early. I haven't gotten to a 4-star, so I'm not using him now. I really would like to get him a 4-star so I can start using him again. The other one is April. Everyone knows and loves April. She's probably the best character in the game because of how easily she is accessible early on. The best support, in my opinion. She's going to stun the enemy. She's going to give out alertness and we do negative alertness to the enemy. She's going to take away their will, so their specials won't happen so often, their auto skills won't happen so often. She is amazing. And then she's going to inflict negative 40 haste. They're going to attack more slowly. She's going to inflict negative 40 alertness. They're going to get less defense. Inflict negative 40 armor. They're going to take more damage. Right? And she's also going to give out defense to her friends. Inform public. After an enemy uses a skill, she's going to give out more defense, more protection. This excellent support of giving out that defense. Super, super important. Power of the Press, she's going to give will to all allies within range 3 if not stunned or silenced. That will is going to make it to where your allies are going to be able to use their auto skills more often, as well as gaining that special. And the last one, what a scoop, target another ally, and guess what? Give out a bunch of defense. Will and resistance to silence. So this is why April is so good. She makes it to where her allies use their auto skills more often, getting their special more often, and gives them just tons of defense. And of course, that stun with the ult. Absolutely amazing. Now, these 4 characters are probably hands down some of the best characters in the game. And notice they all have a support skill. They help the team out. But what is that 5th character that Dameelo's been using at only 2 stars? It's Rocksteady. Blown away. Rocksteady? Really? Yes, and I'm going to explain why as we go through his kit. Okay, so Rhino Charge, you're not going to get this 175, but he's going to gain defense and do damage as he rushes through people. And even though he's the tank, by rushing through and moving, it causes the enemy to have to change their target sometimes. So it's going to keep other people alive more often because the targets are always going to be changing. And with the AI, they do tend to like to go for the tank. But if the tank runs away, that gives him a kind of a chance to like recover. Maybe some damage goes to some other guys. He'll rush back in with his Rhino Charge, and then he'll start targeting him again. That's part of it. And then here, the Wildfire, he's going to target up to 4 enemies at range 3, do damage over 4 hits, and he's going to take away strength for 8 seconds to each target hit. So the enemy's going to do less damage to your guys. So while the rest of your team is gaining defense, he's going to make sure that they're taking less damage. The Rhino Ruffian skill, you're going to get this one at 50. After attacking, gain 11 defense. So he's going to stay alive, and he's going to get even more defense if the target is under 0 armor. And we saw that, I think April, what was it? I think April took away some armor. One of those other characters helps take away the armor. So he should be getting a decent amount of defense there, just passively all the time. And he's going to gain armor for 10 seconds if he ever gets stunned, silenced, rooted, making it to where he takes less damage if you have to go up against something that does one of these status effects. And the last one, Stomp. He's going to target all enemies at range 1 and inflict negative 40 strength for 6 seconds. Once again, reducing the amount of damage that the rest of your team takes. So that is why this team here of Donatello, Splinter, Leonardo, April, and Rocksteady is probably one of the best early game teams that you can build. At only 2 stars, you can get very far. Check out this screenshot. So this is how he's been lining up his squad. Now you may be wondering, why is April up front? Well, once the match starts, all the other characters are close range characters, so they're going to run out in front of April. And she's going to be able to start using her attack right away by being up front this way, which by using your attack also helps your characters charge their special. So she's going to get her special off more quickly this way. So a lot of times, depending on who you're facing up against, you may want April in the middle, or a lot of times, depending on who you're facing, you may want April in the middle or in the back. But this is the core setup that he's been using to get through. Look at this, Act 19, Mission 30. This is one of the harder bosses in the game. I remember once I beat this, I was able to get all the way to Act 25. Okay, and so just look, I mean, he took up Casey Jones. He probably played with a couple other characters, but here you go, guys. Easy peasy. I want to show you another screenshot. This is after he fought that battle. He's been trying. Look how close he got to that boss Leonardo down with just those 2 stars. I think he's hoping and thinking he could beat this. Maybe. But by taking any of these 5 tunes to a 3-star, potentially even a 4-star, he's going to move super fast, super far into the campaign. But the point of getting further in the campaign is so that you can upgrade your lair. You want to upgrade your lair. And the most important part of that lair to upgrade is this scrap collector. You want to get that to 100 as soon as possible. I know that as you move on, you may get this maxed out and you have to get further in the campaign before you can put more into it. And then you can, of course, go into the ooze. But that's how that works, guys. That's how the lineup is. Use those 5 characters. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this video. Super big thanks to Dameelo for doing this, because no one else has been doing that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Give us a like and subscribe if you don't already. We want to game smarter here. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next video.